With great strat making power comes great strat making responsibility. You must ensure that your strats are always up to date, easy to follow, and never fail, so that even the biggest bacon hairs can understand loadouts, placement locations, and most importantly, their player strategies, so they don't end up causing their team to lose and everybody rage quits and nobody gets the event tower. So once again, I embark on this journey to make a strategy so foolproof that everyone can use it to beat the winter event. And I'm not sure if this is gonna be that strat, because at this point, I actually have 2 winter invasion strats to show you guys. The other one uses accelerators, but this one doesn't. And because of that, you're gonna see that this is a harder game for us to beat, but it is possible. I wanted to make this video first for all the people that can't pay to win TDS and don't have Accel, and then you're gonna get the accelerator strat. The thing is that even with the accelerator strat, only 4 people need to have it. The other 2 people use Minigunner instead, so people can still get carried with it. It's just that I feel like this strat right here is the most basic of basic for people that just hit level 50 and have the turret. First off, let me give a shout out to the amazing strategy creator and testers Photon, Lord Biggest Head, Rotten Raptors, Cheesy Codes, Nyan Kinney, Poison the Fake One, Premium Salad, Governor Red, Pugs Gamers, and Sarit Plays. This is how you know the winter event is the real deal. It took an entire city to make this strap. Now I'm gonna give a shout out to the players that helped me win my game: Elastic Canyon 2, Firesticks, Frog, the King of GG, and Sub to Twisty. Alright, here is the placement map for this strat. The colors on the actual document are all funky, so I'm just gonna circle what I'm talking about. These 2 little red dots up here are the Pyromancers. This whole lime green area, every bit of it is going to be your minigunners and your turrets. Now the strat calls this area right here purple, but to me it actually looks blue. But either way, this is a very important part of the placement map. This is where your first minigunners must go. You gotta put them on this back island because it's the one place on the map where the minigunners can easily hit every single enemy and they're able to attack them as they go around it heading for the finish. Now you're gonna want to tuck DJs back into these 2 little orange areas here and place 3 commanders right next to them. Finally, rangers are gonna go up on these light blue areas here. And I need to note here, you cannot stack on this map, so do your best to place your rangers right on the edge, starting from the lowest cliffs first, so that you don't waste any cliff space. For some reason, these cliffs are all kind of weird and won't let you place your rangers on all parts of them, so make sure you're putting them right on the edge of the playable area so you can get as many up there as possible. Okay, now I'm going to get into the loadouts. Player 1 should bring ranger, turret, and pyromancer. Player 2 should bring the exact same thing. Player 3 is going to bring the turret, minigunner, and commander. Player 4 is going to bring that as well. And player 5 is going to bring turret, minigunner, and DJ, with player 6 copying that loadout too. One way to adapt this strategy is to have players 3, 4, 5, and 6 bring either the pursuit or the accelerator as well. If those players do have those towers, I'd recommend bringing them because it's going to make your game so much easier. Although we did beat it without any of that stuff. So if you do bring those towers, you're just going to place them as your last step in this strat instead of spamming minigunners. And another note is that if you have the golden minigunner skin, feel free to use it, but just to test this strat out, none of us used it and we still won, so it isn't necessary. Now, as usual, this strategy is pretty straightforward, so I'm just going to list out what each player does. Player 1 is immediately going to place a level 2 pyro as soon as they load in. Then they're going to place 3 level 3 rangers. After that, they're going to place 5 max level turrets, then 7 level 3 rangers, and then after that, they're going to max all their rangers, and finally max the pyromancer. Player 2 is going to do the exact same thing as player 1, so I'm not going to repeat it, but I will put it here on the screen for you. One thing I want to say about these 2 players is I haven't tried to place max rangers on this map yet, but I feel like it might not have room for the full 20. That's why you need to make sure not to waste any cliff space from bad placement. Alright, moving on to player 3. They need to place a minigunner as soon as they can and upgrade it to level 3, then place 3 level 2 commanders and keep chaining the call to arms ability. After that, they place 5 max level turrets, and finally max all commanders, max the first minigunner you placed, and then place 7 more max level minigunners. Now this is the step where you don't have to use the minigunners. If you happen to have pursuit or accelerator, use those instead. Again, we didn't do that because we wanted to see if you could use this strategy to win without the stronger towers. But if this player happens to have them, they should use them because they're going to make things so much easier. And just to be clear, you're not bringing those towers instead of the minigunner, you're bringing them along with the minigunner. And of course, player 4 is going to do the exact same thing as player 3, so I'm just putting the text on the screen for you. Moving on to player 5. They're going to do the exact same thing that players 3 and 4 did, only they're placing a DJ instead of the commander. Be sure to max that DJ as soon as you place it, and for the last step, place 9 towers instead of 7. And just like the other players, those can be minigunners, pursuits, or accelerators. And once again, player 6 does the exact same thing as player 5. So that's the basic strategy that I've linked in the description for you to follow. Now I want to give you guys some personal advice from my experience during this game. Where you place your first few towers is the most important. I think you basically want to fill up this entire island with minigunners and turrets before you start placing towers here and here. These are all great placement locations, but we seem to take less damage and do better when we focus on this island first. I think this is because these towers basically get to attack in almost an entire circle area as the zombies move around them. And targeting is so weird on this map that zombies seem to slip past the towers more easily when they're further up on the map, at least until you start upgrading stuff. So that's my first big piece of advice. My second big piece of advice is that when the final wave starts, take all the towers from this island, sell them, and put them up at the front. This is so they can start damaging the Frost Spirit as soon as possible, because he has a massive 1 million health, and if you leave these towers in the back not doing damage, he's gonna get back there with just too much health to stop him. That's how we lost the first game I played. Now, this shouldn't be too difficult to do because you're gonna get so much money during the game. So on the final wave, you'll literally have hundreds of thousands of dollars, which is way more than you need to rotate. You're gonna see us do that at the end of our game. Just be sure to rotate all of those towers back to that back area after the Frost Spirit passes them so they can continue doing damage. And this is basically everything you need to know to kill the Frost Spirit and take home the Sledger Tower. If you need help finding teammates, you can always join my Discord server where we have over 10,000 TDS fans that just can't wait to help you beat this event. Join today at discord.gg/JustHarrisonThings. Now you can go ahead and sit back, relax, and grab a fat cat and watch how we do. Okay, now you can see how close we came to losing with this strat. It is possible to win, but you really have to work for it. If you're able to use accelerators or pursuits, he shouldn't get this close to your base. And if for whatever reason you use this strategy and you lose, look at why you lost and try to play the map again. For us, we got closest to dying around waves 12 and 13, but I think some of that was just bad RNG. I am giving you a link to the written strategy down in the description below. And if you have any problems or questions for me, go ahead and drop them in the comments. Next up, I'm going to be uploading an accelerator focused strategy for you to see how much easier it is to kill the frost spirit with that tower. Now, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to smash that like button with your forehead, hit that subscribe button with your big toe, and turn on notifications however you can so you don't miss any of my amazing upcoming content. And I will see you guys next time. Take care, be safe, and never forget what I always say. Peace!